Pio Kitonga Akoda OP.
Ogu ni Father Raphael Pio nanaganagia yonjeraho.
I'm an American priest.
Dero no sacerdoti pardon.
Dominican priest.
No sacerdoti owechigombe echaba Dominican.
I come from Kenya and I work in the Archdiocese of Kisumu.
Naruga Kenya kana Korum Diocese area Kisumu.
With me sharing this session is my spiritual son.
Kandi omurukuza kubagana nawe chejesechi no mtabani ombyo mtima.
It's called Silas Krenya.
Na yetwa Silas.
Yes. Now I got the message. The first thing I would want to say is that this is my first time to preach when a bishop is present.
And for
this matter, a bishop from Poland. So if I become anxious during the preaching, don't worry, it's because the bishop is present. Our sharing today is anchored on John chapter 15. Verse 6 to 7. And I will read. Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire and burned. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish and it will be done for you. The gospel of the Lord.
Wena otaguma murinye anagwa nkitaji eritemerwe ahamuti kandi ayoma amataji nkago gashangurizwa ganagwa omurro gasya kumuri kuguma omurinye n'ebigambo byanje byaguma omurimwe mushabe ekimuri kwenda kyona haza muryakirwa amakuru marungi gakamwite Yesu Kristo.
Apart from these two verses of chapter 15 in the Gospel of John,
oyihireho emishororongo ebiri omutwe ogw'ikumin'etaano mu kitabo kya Yohana.
The whole chapter 15 talks about a true vine.
Omutwe ogw'ikumin'etaano gwona nigugamba aha muzabibu.
If we are talking about true vine, it means that there are other vines somewhere.
Twantugamba muzabibu ogw'amazima nekimanyisa ngu hariyo emizabibu endiijo.
And the question that we are being asked today, this morning, which vine are you connected to?
Ase kibuuzo ekituyita nakyo liizooba ekitubuuzibwa iwe muzabibu ki?
Are you connected to the true vine or other vines outside there in the world?
Iwe olyitaaji aha muzabibu ogw'amazima ninga olyitaaji aha mizabibu endiijo ok'omu nsi?
You must identify and find which vine you are connected to.
Oyine kwemanya okamanya oli aha muzabibu guha.
Once you have connected to the true vine,
waba oyeterinana omuzabibu ogw'amazima,
you receive the power of the Holy Spirit.
Notunga amaani ga Mutima Orukwera.
The bishop has been telling us about the Holy Spirit.
Bishop yaba yatugambire aha bya Mutima Orukwera.
And all of us, when we connect to the true vine, we are filled with the power of the Holy Spirit.
Kandi twena twaba twekwasire aha muzabibu ogwo gw'amazima netuba twijibwe Mutima Orukwera.
We are being invited to connect this true vine.
Netwetwa ngu twekwate aha muzabibu ogwo gw'amazima.
In and out of season.
Omu seasoni na naheru ya seasoni.
There are many seasons in Kenya. I don't know whether you have many seasons here in Uganda.
Omuru Kenya hariyo seasoni nyingi kandi father nabuza takumanya mu Uganda nitwe twaba twineyo seasoni ezirengera hari emwe.
It's one of the seasons in Kenya is a dry season.
Omu Kenya binemu obwire obw'ekyanda.
When things are dry, things are very difficult.
Buli kintu kyona omu kikuba kyomire haza embeera neeba egumire.
There's nothing green.
Naha hataraho kureba akababi aka kinyansi.
So many people get a lot of difficulties.
Abantu bingi nibatunga oburemeezi.
And sometimes they pull out of the scene.
Nangwa baragana n'omu ehi bari beshereka.
The message of today is telling us that we should always remain connected to the true vine.
Obutumwa obutwine hati obuturikuhurira n'obwokugira ngu tugume twekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima.
Whether it is a dry season or a green season.
Oba n'omu bwire bw'ekyanda ninga omu bwire obw'enjura.
Some of us, when difficulties come into our lives,
bamwe muri itwe ebizibu kubikwije omu magara gitu,
we disconnect with the true vine.
nitwecwa aha muzabibu ogw'amazima.
After we have attended this new dawn,
kuturaheze okuruga omu nshomo ogwo gwa new dawn,
all of us will be connected to the true vine.
twena nituza kuba twekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima.
And people will be very happy as they live here.
Haza abantu nibaza kutaha bashemerirwe banu barugaha.
But when we go out there,
konka kuturugarukayo omu maka gitu,
when things become difficult, we disconnect with the true vine.
ebintu byatandika kutugumira turekura aho muzabibu ogwo gw'amazima.
Our challenge today is to remain connected to that true vine now and after the new dawn.
Ekiturikwetaaga kukora n'okugira ngu tugume twekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima hati obu turi aha na new dawn yaba yawire.
Whether when you go home your husband becomes rowdy,
oba akora atahe omushaija akunangwa kongerana n'ahamaryo n'okutonganisa,
or maybe your children become disobedient.
oba abaana bakeyonjera kukugomera,
It doesn't matter.
tikyanshonga.
You are told to connect with the true
iwe
vine.
noshabwa kuguma oyekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima.
But how do we to connect to this true vine in and out of season?
konka ekitukaakikola kitakugira ngu tugume twekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima omu sizoni n'aheeru ya sizoni enungi.
Should be through a life of prayer.
Eki nikibaho twaba turi omushara kandi eshara ey'omutaano.
Always pray
gumizamu obutosha oshabe
and welcome the Holy Spirit in your life.
kandi oyakire omutima orikwera omu magara gawe.
Recite the rosary.
Shoma esapuri yawe.
I don't know whether here in Uganda people recite the rosary.
We do. Aha ntushome esapuri kuno mu Uganda. We do exceedingly.
We do exceedingly. That's what I'm being told here. I can see rosaries on your necks, but sometimes people wear rosaries but never pray the prayer of the rosary.
Nindewe sapuri muzwire konko mwe abantu nibajwara kandi we batari kuzikozesa kushaba.
We are told that we should always remain connected through prayer.
Tuyeni tugambirwa nkushemereire kugumizamu twekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima obwo turikweshengereza.
Another way of remaining connected to the true vine is through the sacrament of the church.
Ogundi omulingo ogw'okuguma oyekwasire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima n'ogw'amasakaramentu agiturikutungira omu kereziya.
Always go back to the vine through the sacrament of confession.
Guma ogarukire aha muzabibu ogw'amazima obwo orikutunga penetensiya.
Saint Padre Pio of Pietrelcina,
Omwikirire Padre Pio
of Pietrelcina
wa Pietrelcina
used to say that even a house that is not inhabited always gathers dust.
nakatira kugira ngu n'enju etarikuturwamu bube obwire bwingi ne kanisa omu cuucu.
Because these houses gather dust,
ahabwokuba enju ekyerikutwakira,
even when you have not committed mortal sin, you should always go for confession.
no amagara gitu n'enju eyiturikutuuramu obutwire hasa n'obu wakuba otakozire kibi eky'orufu noyetenga kuza omu penetensiya.
Some of us take too long before they go for the sacrament of confession.
Bamwe muri itwe nitwara obwire buringwa okutunga penetensiya.
Back in Kenya there, last year,
Omu Kenya omwaka ogwahwire
I met with a sister, a religious sister who had stayed for 13 years without going for confession.
nkavuga n'omusista owavaaro omazire emyaka 13 atakatungire penetensiya.
With 13 years without confession,
emyaka
that's a big crime.
13 ogwo n'omushango gw'amaani.
So we are to connect with the true vine through the sacrament of penance.
Tuine kuguma twekwasire ahamuzabbo gw'amazima obwo turi kutunga sakramento ya penitensia.
Another thing that we need to do is welcome the Holy Spirit in every aspect of our life.
Ekindi tusheme kukora n'okuguma ntwakira kandi tweta mutima orukwera omu buri kintu kyona ekituri kukora omu magara gitu.
Because sometimes we surrender parts of our lives,
Obumwe netuhayo ebicweka bimwe by'amagara gitu,
and the other parts remain with the devil.
ebindi ebicweka tubirekera Sitaani.
Even when we say we surrender everything, we surrender maybe the husband, surrender his children, but you remain with the devil.
Nango obumwe tugira ngu twahayo byona konka oshanga ngu wahayo omushaija wawe wahayo abaana konkiwe wasigara oryo wa Sitaani.
A good way of surrendering to the true vine is surrendering every aspect of your life.
Omulingo omulungi ogw'okweherayo kimwe n'ogw'okweherayo okimwe aha muzabibu ogwo gw'amazima.
You must give every aspect of your life.
Buli kimwe kyawe okakihongyera Mukama.
I want to share with you a story
Ngenda kubabaganiraho ekitebyo
of a young man
eky'omusigazi muto
who built a house
owayombekera enju
and he had 10 rooms in that house.
asa enju enju ekeine ebishengi 10.
After he had completed building the house,
kuyaheze kwombeka egyo nju,
one day in the evening he had a knock.
omwabazi ogumwe yahurira koda aha mulyango.
Gong, 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 gong.
Kodi.
And then he went and opened the door.
Yaza kwigura orwigi.
Who was it?
Noja bakashanga yoha.
It was Jesus.
Akaba ari Yesu.
Jesus came as a visitor in his home.
Yesu akija nk'omugenyi omukayo gw'omusigazi.
And he welcomed him in.
Yamwakira.
And then he told him, Jesus,
Yamutira ati Yesu,
in this house of mine,
omunju yanje egi
I have 10 rooms.
inemu ebishengi 10.
I will give you the executive room.
Ninza kuha ekishengi ekikukirayo obulungi.
But the rest of the 9 rooms
Konka ebishengi mwenda ebindi
will remain mine.
ebyo nibiza kusigara biri ebyanje.
Jesus is a gentleman.
Yesu n'omushaija murungi.
He accepted to occupy only one room.
Yikiriza eki bamuheereza ekishengi nikyo yatwire.
But early in the morning,
Konka omu kasheeshe
there was another knock.
hakabaho ndijo.
This knock was very rough.
Asa egikodekero y'amaani
Boom, 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 boom.
yahurira koda egyo.
And the young man went to the door.
Omusigazi yaza aha rwigi.
Who was at the door?
Okyangwa akashangaho ha muryango.
It was the devil.
Ekeri Sitaani.
And the devil trying to push himself inside.
Asa Sitaani ekereneegezaho
The
kwesindika.
young man struggled with the devil,
Omusigazi yarwana na Sitaani.
trying to push him out.
Arikwenda mugarra aheeru.
But he could not.
Konka akalemwa.
It took the whole day.
Izooba lyona
In the evening,
omu mwangazyo
when he came back to the house,
kuyagarukira omu nju
he asked Jesus,
yabuuza Yesu,
I gave you the executive room,
kankwire ekisenge ekikukirayo obulungi,
but why did you come to help me to chase away the devil?
ahawe ekyo otiizire kunyamba kurukubinga Sitaani.
And Jesus told him, you know,
Yesu yamugira ati noomanya
you gave me only one room.
nyowompire ekisenge kimwe kyonka,
The other 9 rooms are yours.
ebisenge mwenda byona n'ebyawe.
So my room was secure,
Ekisenge kyanje kyaba kiine
but the other 9 rooms were yours.
konka ebisenge byawe tinkumanya.
Then he told Jesus, now we can have an agreement.
Rero omusigazi yagambira Yesu ati reka twikirizane.
Let us share this room 50 by 50.
Reka